Yo, people, we are back. It's another episode of NAF. Obviously, I'm joined by Josh and both Jays. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the UCL 18 match round happened, match day 8. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to get into that. Who's going to play who? Obviously, we're going to be speaking about that Arsenal Watkins bid as well. Arsenal finally making some movement in the window. What I'm saying? I'm impressed.
You impressed by it?
No, I'm not. But
no, I'm impressed. What you?
No,
not really.
Obviously, Nwaneri showing the world what he can do. Man City, they escaped the gulag. Obviously, Villa busting the top 8. You know what I'm saying? And also Duran off to Saudi. Josh, obviously, we know we're gonna get your take on that as well. And obviously, Mathys tell 7 teams are in for him, and Villa. We just heard of joining the race courtesy of Fabrizio Romano just now. So that's a little bomber for Josh. I'm pretty sure Josh, you might have known that already. But yeah, that news come through about half an hour ago. So, man, we good though, yeah? What's everyone saying?
Yeah, man, all good. Can't be better, man. Can't be better. Mm-hmm. But hey, I'm on to Arsenal. But not even on to them. I feel like this, you know, like when you feel like in the football world, you know what's going on. I feel like they knew this Duran thing was happening, and then all of a sudden, let's make a bid for Watkins to look like, bro. I don't know. I'm not really. I feel like it's a bid that they know that's not gonna get accepted, and they're gonna go, "Oh, look, we tried," and then get another Sterling or something, bro. It's looking like that for me. But now they've kind of trapped themselves, because for me, it's like, you've shown us you've got 60 M's. We know we got 60 M's to spend, Car. You just rejected our bid. So now I want to see something come through the door. Something has to come.
Of course. I hear it. Like, something's got to shake.
You could end up, though, with like your 8th choice transfer. And that's the problem, because as you said, you've shown 60 million. You've had a bit of a hit list, a target list. And all of a sudden, you're getting rejection after rejection. You panic on the last day and you end up with someone like Chris Wood. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's...
I hear you, but the only thing that like makes me feel like, this could possibly happen, yeah, is where he's an Arsenal fan. And he's all like, when you're an Arsenal fan, that's your dream, innit? Like, if you're a proper Arsenal fan, you want to play for your team. So the only thing that I could see happening is if he forces a move, that's it. But apart from that, I don't think Villa are going to accept no bid when they've just got Duran gone as well. It makes no sense.
Not unless they've got someone to come in and replace him straight away, which, let's be real, the striker market now is dire, bro. Unless you've got 80 million, 75 million to put on the table for a top quality striker, you're not going to get another striker like Ollie Watkins without having to pay the big bucks, innit? That's just my take on that.
Yeah, big up. Wait, last thing as well. Sorry. Go on. Now, I just wanted to say...
God, what have you going for the header? What are you? I was
going to say, if we do sell Watkins and Duran in the same window, then someone in the hierarchy at Aston Villa is on some crazy stuff.
Yeah, like
either they're pocketing the cash themselves. They got to be like, it's the only way to like explain it, and they're just going to sell the club and run.
How can they sell? Yeah. The thing is, the deal makes sense, and we'll get to like, obviously, well, we might as well, we'll start on the Duran thing, innit, before we get to the UCL stuff, innit. But what doesn't make sense to me is that I know you brought in Marlon. Marlon obviously is seen as a striker, but he's been kind of deployed out wide. He's kind of he kind of gets deployed across the front three. In the Prem, it's a bit of a long shot to just go, hey, we'll stick you up top. You know what I'm saying? So I understand bringing in Marlon, though, didn't look like it was a replacement for Duran, because you actually don't have a left-sided forward. You've always had either 2 strikers and a right winger in Bailey. You don't really have, like, Zaniolo was here for a little bit. You don't really have a left-sided winger. Like, Ramsey kind of does a job out there sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Until he gets injured. He's always injured.
I just thought Marlon was brought in to kind of just fill that void. Cool. Now you have another option there. Whether he starts on, it's kind of up to the gaffer. But then, don't get me wrong, it's a good deal, like money-wise, for Duran, because you know how Saudi work. Cash, like Saudi's straight. cash. You know, they open they do this one. You say no, and they'll do this one. Here's the briefcase. They'll open the briefcase in front of you. They'll open the briefcase and show you the Benjamins. You just gotta be sitting there like.
The thing is, Unai's even said that himself.
I say no to that, man.
Unai Emery basically said, I think, I'll be real, I think Unai secretly wanted John Duran out. And I think the reason why I say that is because of the character and nature of who he is.
Problem.
I think he's a massive problem, right? He's a massive problem, and it's not been kept quiet. And there was an interview from John McGinn at the end of last season when we played Liverpool. It was like near the end of the season. And McGinn basically said, it's when Duran sort of came onto the scene a bit and everyone said, oh, this guy could be right. McGinn basically said, you don't know what you get day to day with John Duran. He's clearly one of the most talented footballers, but he basically said in black and white, he needs to sort his head out because his retention, his attitude, his behaviour is all over the place. And I think Duran has basically asked, that was John McGinn. And then Unai Emery basically backed that up at the start of this season, basically saying, look, Duran's still got a lot to do. We need to see some consistency in him as a character. Kept talking about character, nothing about his football abilities, but as a character. Now, when you're on the bench and you keep coming on scoring, and I'm putting myself in Duran's shoes, I reckon he's causing absolute mayhem on that training ground day to day. I reckon he's going flying through doors. I reckon he's absolutely loose. I reckon, he's that sort of guy. And the thing that summed up yesterday for me, which just summed up his character, and people said on Watchalongs, people said, oh, it's just him joking around. Don't know if anyone saw the TNT camera comes to Duran just before the game starts, and he's doing that. And I'm thinking, you're nuts.
Madman.
You're absolutely off your head. Like, you're nuts.
That, I like when I play. I like having a little nutter on my team. I'll be right. I like having a nutter on my team in my to get it, because you need a little bit of. You need a bit, but not when you're cutting. Not when you're cutting after 6 months of saying you're staying though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not after cutting, because you remember it was only 6 months ago.
He celebrated that. No, 6 days ago. 6 days ago he was doing that as well. Like, when he scores, he's like hitting that
with his last goal. Did he do that celebration with his last goal?
Like literally smashing the badge. Giving the stare. All it's one of them.
Well, he did the I'm staying, and then just the Fabian Delph thing.
Yeah, we've already been snaked a few times. Grealish, Delph, the Duran, we seem to have a few snakes. But the thing that gets me is, which I do agree, and I've seen some of the comments say, is if I'm trying to find a positive out of it, obviously I think it's a bit of a mess that we've sold a player like this in January. I'd rather than go on the summer because you can prepare properly. Because like I've just said about Arsenal, we got 3 days ready to find a replacement. If we pay stupid money for João Felix, my head's going to absolutely go, by the way. My head's going to absolutely go. Because we've been twerking for João Felix now for probably 6 windows in a row. And each time this guy's rejected us. So it does seem that we may be going back for him again, which seems desperate. But I do like if he is a flowing João Felix. But the only positive about Duran is he could do a Leon Bailey. He could be a one-season wonder. Because Leon Bailey, for me, he's been at Villa for 3 years. He's had one good. This is his 4th season. He's had one good season in 4 years. The rest, he's stunk the place out. Been absolutely woeful. Duran, I know he's 21 and he's got a high ceiling, but what if it's a bit of a one-off and that he cut and we've cashed in an unbelievable 75-80 million on someone who's a one-season wonder. So only positive.
I have a question. I have a question for you as a Villa fan. You see. Well, it's a question that leads on to another one here. But when he starts, because obviously I don't watch a lot of Villa games, when Duran starts, are his performances better than when he comes off the bench? And do you think that maybe he just might just be an impact player? Like the way a lot of Arsenal fans look at Trossard, they see him as someone to just come off the bench. The way I look at Brennan Johnson, an impact player off the bench. Is that what he is? Or do you reckon that he deserves to be getting starting minutes from what you've seen of him, obviously?
It's really hard. It's a good question because ultimately a striker's job is to put the ball in back in net if you want to be the cut and thrust of it, right? And I guess like the only way I can sort of go to it is sometimes Erling Haaland, right? Haaland's undroppable because he puts the ball in the back of the net. But we all know that Haaland's overall build-up play has been worked on, scrutinised, etc. John Duran's exactly the same. Can't play with his back to goal. Doesn't stretch the defence like Ollie Watkins does, running the channels, coming in behind, and adding that utility and versatility. But
he's not got crazy feet as well. He doesn't really move his feet well in tight spaces. But he's not a bad dribbler though. But like it's one of those.
But you know what he does? do you know what he does have? He just has that instinct in the 18-yard box, which is and outside it, where he's just so hungry for a goal. You know, like that. These guys.
That Larson, remember Larson?
You know he's gonna bag. You know the man that you know are gonna bag.
Yeah, and even like, you know, there was a moment in our game against West Ham in the Premier League the weekend where there was a massive ball overhit for him, played in behind in the 18-yard box. Looked like it was going out for a goal kick, and Duran's literally like slid like a tackle to get a shot away because he was so hungry to get on the end of it, and like it nearly, like that sort of instinct and hunger is something you can't buy. If you gave me John Duran's finishing ability on Ollie Watkins is the best striker in the world. And that's not me exaggerating, because Ollie Watkins is finishing, I reckon, a 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. I agree.
I think he's a volume striker.
He's inconsistent. He's inconsistent, but 2 out of 10 is like Darwin.
2 out of 10 is crazy.
That's like Darwin's thing. He's a
what do you give
finisher than
Nunes?
Darwin.
Yeah, what do you give Nunes? Quickly, what do you give Nunes?
You've got to be -1 then.
Yeah,
I haven't seen. I don't watch enough of. Genuinely, I don't watch enough of probably Liverpool. But why I say this is why probably for me, Havertz, I can't even give a rating on that. But what I say about Watkins is, and why I think his finishing is poor, is basically his shot selection of finishing. Again, he missed what I call an unbelievable sitter yesterday. I don't know if anyone's against in the highlights or what. He's tried to chip Kasper Schmeichel. He's gone for a lofted chip yesterday, while 6 yards out, as Kasper isn't really on him, and it gets cleared off the line. And I'm thinking 6 yards up.
Nah, that made sense for me. That made sense for me. There was a defender there as well. So if he like drills it, the defender kind of gets that little chip, made it get through the little gap, and then the other defender comes and sweeps it off the line, right? Like, I thought it was just unlucky. That one, even a commentator was, he should have finished that. He done what he could. That one for me, right? But the other miss was crazy.
But the thing is, you say that we were 2-0. Now a good striker buries the game 3-0, and Celtic don't ever get a breath. And this was typical. And this is why Watkins probably, and why I've probably been critical of his finishing again, is because we're 2-0 up, cruising. He has a chance, a sitter, in my opinion, to make it 3, and Celtic go and score 2 goals 10 minutes later, and it's 2-2. And you go, this game should have been dead and buried. And this is the split in the Villa fan base. There's a lot of Villa fans who will just absolutely cuss Watkins' finishing, absolutely cuss him, keep going, Duran. Well, we don't have that option anymore. But I'm always the one. People call me a Watkins lover, and people say I defend him too much. His overall gameplay and what he does, the way he can be so versatile along that front line, the way he stretches defenses, the way he absolutely impacts, brings other people. There's a reason why he's got such a high GA. I know some people hate GA, but the reason why he's high GA, he's so impactful that I'd take this guy any day. I think he can improve his finishing, and I think he will keep working on that, and that's why I love him.
So sorry to cut you, Jay. I just wanted to add to what you said about, because Watkins ain't really a striker that I rate like that, but I kind of get what he's saying with the finishing. Like, we all know players that score goals, but they need 5 or 10 chances to bury 1 goal. I think that's kind of the striker that Watkins is. He's a volume striker. He needs a mountain of opportunities to bag.
Hold on, would you not say Isaac's a better finisher than Watkins?
Yes.
Going off stats, I know I'm not even a stat man, but I heard it yesterday. Watkins' conversion rate is better than Isaac's. So Isaac actually misses. But if he's got a better conversion rate.
But the thing is, what I'll say about strikers like Watkins, I think his lack of finishing ability for me is overplayed. I'm not saying he's the one. He's got the one punch gun. Like, do you get it? Or one chump pump or whatever it's called. It's one shot, one goal. It's not that. But what I would say is that when players are able to get themselves into consistent positions, it's not always the team. It's, as you said, it's his work rate, the way he runs the channels. If a striker can generate X amount of chances, ultimately that's going to increase X amount of goals.
They're replaceable.
So yes, you're going to get a miss. He's going to have games where he misses and red tear. But just like what Isak can do, Watkins creates his own chances with his movement. he's less reliant on the team to create chances for him because of the way he's able to run channels.
That's
now,
a good point.
I like Duran, but I think Duran is more reliant on whether the team's
service.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you know, that's a really good point. That's because
great.
you know they were asked about starter. Well, sometimes Watkins will go a whole game, hardly get the ball, hardly get the service from Villa. Then he'll get that one chance and he misses it, right? And people go, "Oh my god, this guy can't finish." Get Duran. Yeah, if Duran plays in a 60-minute game for Villa and starts, and we have no service for him, he's less impactful than Watkins ever is.
There you go.
But I think, just to sort of finalise on Watkins, I think, strangely, he's going to flourish again even more. We're going to see Watkins kick on again for another 10, like really elevate himself because there's no Duran. Because you go back to the problems where it started for Watkins was under Gerrard when Watkins and Danny Ings, unbelievable that we had Danny Ings. There's a weird feeling to even think that when Gerrard had it. But we signed Danny Ings with the Grealish money. And every other week, Gerrard went Ings, Watkins, Ings, Watkins, Ings, Watkins. Neither could get any form, right? Fair play to Unai Emery. He sort of stuck his neck out and kept Ollie as the number one. And that, for me, obviously has helped Ollie. But when you know that you've got Duran breathing down your neck, scoring every time, and this is going to sound pathetic in a way, but I don't think Watkins deals well with competition. I think Watkins is literally that guy who needs to be told, "You're my number one forever. I'm going to love you. I'm going to cherish you. I'm going to nurture you. Just keep going." Because that's what we saw last season. Because Duran was a nobody.
We're saying the monogamy thing. I hear it. Monogamy thing. I hear it. You know, by the way, make sure we are, before we just quickly speak on the Arsenal side of Ollie Watkins, make sure you guys are smashing the like button, man. We should easily be on about 200 or so likes. I'm just double checking how many likes we're actually on. Make sure we're smashing that like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the guys as well. I'll bring up the names in a second, but yeah, make sure. I think right now we're only on 80 likes in it, and that is very stinky. So let's make sure we get to about 150 likes. It's not hard, you know what I'm saying? Just hit the thumbs up button, man. You don't know what to do. Make sure to subscribe as well. From the Arsenal perspective, obviously, Arsenal are probably gonna go in for a second bid for Watkins. Obviously, Villa at the same time as simultaneously joined Mathys Tel, the Mathys Tel race, which Arsenal are also involved in as well, by the way, and Spurs. So Jay as well. So Jay, I don't know where you going. You in this too? Because I know Martin's just chilling because you got Marmoush now and that. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a very interesting. I
just want to say we're at the back of that race. That 100-meter sprint, we're at the back.
Yeah,
we're
like
we didn't tie our laces. You know,
the fact that you put Tottenham in there is crazy. They're not.
No, but he's very high on Tottenham's list though. That was said by Fabrizio Romano. He's very high on their list.
He's high on Tottenham's list, but is Tel high? Is he thinking Tottenham? Yeah,
no, he wants United.
He ain't even thinking about that.
The reports are saying he wants United. Like he wants United. That's the actually.
Where are they looking to play him though? Cause I know he plays along the whole.
Bro, he's playing anywhere. Their strikers are dross. He's playing anywhere, bro. He's playing anywhere.
If anyone knows about Football Manager, I'm a Football Manager guy. He's a wonder kid, so I want him. Yeah,
he's cold. He's cold, and for me, from a Watkins standpoint, and obviously Tel potentially being brought in, as you said, Josh. I know you brought out Felix. Chat as well, because a lot of goonies in the chat. Is Watkins enough? Is that enough for the Arsenal? And Jay, before you go, because I know you're the Arsenal fan, Martin, I want to bring you in. Do you think Watkins is enough to kind of see Arsenal comfortably above Man City and really give Liverpool a go for this title?
No.
You're on mute.
Oh, am I?
Yeah,
man. Hear me now?
Yeah, we can do.
Hear me now.
Is he enough? No, I don't think he is. I think it's too late. I think it's too late.
What is in his age?
No. Time. I think timing of the window, innit? Or too late.
Should have been addressed in the summer. Should have been addressed in the summer. You can't give Liverpool this type of lead. You don't give Liverpool this lead and then go, "Oh, we'll get a striker and get it back." No.
But Liverpool have had this lead before and dropped off.
Yeah, but Arsenal never closed an 8-9 point gap.
Yeah, but I hear you. But
Ollie Watkins ain't going to change it. I'm sorry.
If it was City, I hear it. Oh, you can't give. But we've seen Liverpool have this lead before. Even last season? I think it was last season, right?
Last season, we went when we beat Chelsea. We went 5 points clear.
Yeah, and then dropped off. So, like, if it's City, I get what you're saying.
He didn't have the game in hand, though. City had the game in hand. City actually had the game in hand on us.
Yeah, but if it's City, I get where you're coming from. But we've seen Liverpool drop off. So that's why, if it was City above us, I would have said it's done. But
it's not that.
What do you make the argument that
it's your lot chasing them, it's not us chasing them?
Would you say as well, Jay, is that realistically though, would you still say to get it done to at least put the pressure on rather than let us just go, yeah, you know what, we'll do what we want for the rest.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that type of thing, like, not to say it's okay, but like, because listen, I think the low hanging fruit is that my annoyance, brother, there's 3 days left in the window. A man are talking about 60 million bids. A man mad. Like that's what would get me. Like even Villa, these man are vexed. These man are vexed at the time of the bid. Even these man are man are like, wait, you want to bid now? You know the window opened 28 days ago.
Yeah, that's where I was with it before when I'm saying, raw, I don't know if they're doing this. Oh, look, we bidded and then we couldn't get him kind of thing. But in terms of like the actual bid and Watkins to Arsenal, for me, it makes sense because Watkins knows the Prem. He could bag some goals. And for me, if you go for like a Gyökeres, a Sesko, you don't know. They're going to have to take time to like settle into the Prem. You don't know if they're actually going to hit. With Watkins, it's like a 75% that this guy, we know what he's about. It does what it says on the tin kind of thing. So for me, it just makes sense, innit?
Yeah, no, I hear it. Shout out Solomon. He goes, not serious club submits a bid knowing that were rejected 10 minutes later. They knew Watkins wasn't for sale. That's the first thing they asked. The bottom line is, the way I see it in terms of like a logic from an Arsenal perspective, like you have guys like Duran who were Duran clearly could have been bought. I mean, it's funny because they said the asking price for Duran was 80 M and he actually is going for about 65. I know the cash is up front. I know it's up front, but it's about 65 in it if you're talking pounds. And I think Arsenal easily could have gone for Duran. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying make him the main striker, but I think he automatically becomes your second best goal scorer. Remember, no, I said not player, goal scorer. But I feel like you guys are kind of letting certain deals just kind of wish past you, like. And then now it's kind of like Watkins is there. Now you're like, we might as well just dip our toe in the water for it. It just doesn't, what I'm saying?
Hey, Munch, you see, for me, you see with the whole Duran thing, for me, I wouldn't have gone for Duran in January because for me, like my man said, it's like a purple patch. You don't know what you're getting when you buy him. For me, Watkins, we all know, we've seen it season after season, this guy bagging. So for me, it just makes sense to go for the Watkins. Duran is more like a summer. If you get another striker, he could be your second. Like for me, trying to chase you lot, Duran ain't the answer. Watkins, we know what we're gonna get, kind of thing.
I don't know, I think the way Arteta plays, I know Watkins. I know you Arsenal kind of want the striker to do more at times, but if you're talking about a straight bagsman, like Arsenal have said they wanted a hitman for time. They want a goal scorer. Aubameyang wasn't the craziest player all round. He had decent all round gameplay, but he wasn't like Firmino or Harry Kane outside of his goals, especially when in the latter season, where if he wasn't really scoring goals, he wasn't really offering too much, but the goal threat was dead. So it was kind of calm, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was if it falls to him, you know what's happening, bro. You know where that ball's going.
I hear you, but like the Villa fan said, we don't know if this is a purple patch. Do you get what I mean? With Aubameyang, we saw him banging at Dortmund. We saw when he come to Arsenal, he's back. That's what I'm saying. We've seen him season after. This is Duran's first season of him actually bagging. So you don't know if it's just a good little purple patch. With Watkins, he's gonna bag for you. So for me, it just makes sense. Again,
it depends on the investment you're willing. So I think Duran's an investment for the future.
Yeah,
like, it's not that like you man spent the same money on Kai Havertz and put him on nearly 300 racks.
230, 240.
Like, and that's mad enough. Now, don't get me wrong. You haven't bought a 9 since you sold Oba, so it's not maybe 1. You might maybe need 2. Or the bottom line is you don't need to sign goal scorers. And I think Duran, I'm not saying Duran was the answer. I just think it's not the maddest thing. It's not the maddest shout.
Put it like this. If you were chasing, say like you supported Arsenal and you were chasing Liverpool, who would you get out of both? If you could have a choice out of Duran and Watkins right now in January, where you're chasing Liverpool, you need someone that's gonna, what's going on. Who are you gonna pick?
Call me crazy. I'd go for both, but I'd probably lean towards Watkins. But if I could, I wouldn't do business that way to put myself in a position where I'd only have an option between both the Villa forwards who are actually they're in the Champions League as well, and they're also competing to try and get that European for next year. I think that if I was to go get Duran, I'd go back that up with a left winger. Me personally, I'll get a left winger and sign Duran, so at least I can. Do you know what it is? It's just about taking the pressure off of Bukayo Saka. That's the main thing. Take the pressure. We all
know this though. We've been saying this for
years,
saying? Bro.
Like, because for me, if you got 2 goal scoring wingers, or you got a creative winger, like, bro, it's not just Duran and Watkins, bro. Kvaratskhelia was available, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like Cravo weren't available. You know what I'm saying? How about this?
Involved in the Mamouche deal. We could have even attempted on Mamouche.
Yeah, bro. City have gone and got Mamouche. Now, for me, Mamouche would have been a great signing for Arsenal. I'm not saying, you can click your fingers and get these players. I know it's January and I know you have to overpay. This is why we all know that Arsenal not buying in the summer is the problem, because now you're sitting here having to overpay. Do you know what I'm saying? We all know that's the outstanding issue. I just think that I personally think that getting a left winger ends maybe like Crabber. And I know spending 120 in January is crazy, but I think a left winger occupying a Duran kind of thing is, I don't know. I just think, you know what I'm saying? I think you got, when you want to win, and it's because remember, bridging the gap from second to first is a lot harder than bridging the gap from fifth to second. So you're going to have to spend, I think you're going to have to overspend to bridge that gap anyway. You know what I'm saying? You're eventually going to have to overspend at some point. You had to overspend to go get Declan Rice. Chelsea had to overspend to go get Caicedo.
You know what the problem is, though?
Quickly. Sorry. Is Mamouche on 300k?
280
or something like that. Yeah.
What?
Do you know what the
but Kai Havertz, look what Kai Havertz is on.
Oi, hold on. That's a Champions League winner. With all due respect.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm just saying. What's Mamouche done? What's Mamouche done? Like, this is a Champions League winner.
You wouldn't take Mamouche. You wouldn't take Mamouche.
I would take Mamouche 100%, but 300k is crazy.
Jay, listen.
Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get when you come to City. You get money.
No, but that is not just that as well. They're paying for his future as well, bro.
How much is Savinho one? How much is Doku? 150. So how does that make sense? Oh, if you come to City, you get a big
one's 2021, one's 25, 26, and is like a mainstay in his team at the time. Savinho wasn't.
What about Doku?
60.
But you just said if you come to City, you get big contracts.
Because Jeremy Doku, with all respect, was again 19, 20, 21, I think now, and it wasn't someone cheeky chose him.
Wait,
but Arsenal,
man, you realize? Wait, hold on. Can we just hold on, guys? Does anyone know how much Gabriel Jesus is on?
Yeah, allow it. Wait, what we doing? Wait. What are we bringing out? Is this what we're doing?
What we do? No, that's what we doing here.
Listen. Hey, listen. Listen,
bro, Zinchenko gets paid more than Son. Zinchenko gets paid more than our
Son's washed up. Allow it. Son's washed. Son's washed. Son was only good there when he had LeBron James. Like, you get what I mean? Like Kyrie Irving and all that. When Kane left, it was over.
Jay, hold on. You're missing the point. The point is, the way your wage structure is, you could have easily accommodated a player like Mamouche, bro. That's what we're saying. Of course. The way City's wage structure is, they can accommodate putting him on.
And he's better than every single one of you.
They're not just
for one game.
Hold on. Let me
know. No, I'm talking to the City fan. I'm talking to man said he's better than Saka. He's better than Saka. He's better than Saka. On the left. Oh, you're putting.
He said your left.
I didn't hear the left.
That's what I mean. There you go then.
Bro, all I'm saying.
Wait, for one game? No, I'm not trying to hear he's better than everyone off for one game.
Nah, man. It's not hard to be better than Arsenal. Go on, Jay. Go on.
I big up Trossard.
Don't worry. You have a look at him on Sunday.
Yeah.
Hey, man, look. I got a bounce in it. But I want to leave you, man, with this, yeah? City are not just paying for what he done at Frankfurt as well, bro. They're paying for what potential that he could bring to City.
Oh, of course.
Look at the position that Man City are in right now, bro. And we're in January. You have to understand. You have to pay these sort of things. Plus, no disrespect to anyone that lives in Manchester. It's not the greatest place to live. You also have to convince them to leave where they're living now.
Whoa. I'm not having any Manchester slander.
Bro, no one wants to live out there, man. Everyone wants to be in London, my boy. Let's not do that.
Come on, man.
No, they say that, but like, you know, the trophies don't really be coming back to London the way we're coming to.
You don't get a lot of trophies in London anymore.
Anyway, that's not the point he was making. Go on. That's not the point he was making. Go on.
No, the only point I'm making here is sometimes you have to put these prices down. You have to get these players in. Look at the type of bro.
But hold on, 300k for potential. Someone said it in the chat. That is crazy.
No, of course.
That is crazy. What do you mean it's not potential?
Hold on. I'm not saying I agree with that.
Frankfurt. You're watching him at Frankfurt, where people do not respect them. They are literally playing Frankfurt like we're gonna beat.
Nobody respects Arsenal. So
stop it, man. It sounds good, my boy.
I'll be honest. I'll be real. Yeah, we're going.
Sorry,
man. We're going to the bottom line is the bottom line is.
Can you name me? Hold on. Can you name me 3 other players?
How much do you think Watkins is going to get Arsenal?
If
he was to go Arsenal, how much is Watkins getting? How much is Watkins on now, Josh? How much is Watkins on now?
I've got a son of 14 who's doing more than
he's on 110. So for me, if he was to go Arsenal, if they come with another bid and you lot accepted that and you lot went and got Mathys Tel as a replacement for Watkins, I think Watkins is getting slapped on at least 230.
Real talk about Watkins and Duran, and this is what I've been thinking about Arsenal. Even if Arsenal sign one of those two, Arteta is allergic to number 9s. He would not use Watkins right. He would not use Duran right. No matter, you'd play him as a bloody box-to-box number 8 or something, right? Goal. But no. I swear to God, Arteta would not use these players right. I think he's really, really too loyal to too many individuals at Arsenal. Kai Havertz will start games over these boys, and you're looking at it going, I swear down. If and some managers do that. And Arteta has said this and been very vocal about the fact he is loyal to certain players and that he does want to believe him. The way he absolutely licks Havertz, I swear if they sign Watkins, Havertz would still start over him for a good month. He wouldn't come. I swear he wouldn't. I swear he'd go with Havertz. That's the
he's allergic that I see. Sorry to cut you. Hooks, you put a comment in there. How do we know that he's allergic to 9s? Because he's
never had 5 one.
years and haven't signed one. He hasn't signed one.
But he's going to sign one.
Okay, no, wait, hold on.
Is he?
Actually,
hold on. Now everyone that we're looking at are proper number 9s. Am I not wrong? Isaac, Watkins. Like he's a proper
5 years too
but
late.
nowhere near them. Have you got them there?
But saying that he don't know how to do coach number 9s, bro. The guy's never had one. So you
no. They said he's allergic. Like he doesn't want to.
Oh, he don't want
to. Say he doesn't want. This is
going off. Listen. Going off what he's been saying and the players we are linked with, he's going for number 9. So what do you mean he don't want them? He obviously does now.
What? Linked with and actually showing the proof in the pudding of getting someone is 2 different things. Fabrizio Romano can link every player in the world to Arsenal if he wanted to. Every 9 in the world.
We had a bid.
No.
We bidded, bro.
Doesn't matter. You haven't got it done. And I promise
We're trying to get a number 9.
I reckon you don't get a 9 this window. In fact, I'm going to lay that out there. I reckon Arsenal come out of another January transfer window where you don't land a 9 and you end up getting a wide forward and trying to
we're going to get one of the 2.
He can play across the front. What do you mean one of the 2?
No,
hold on. There you go. Boom. You've just said one of the 2. No.
I don't think in January.
No, you have to be with chess. If your club is not allergic to number 9, show me. Go sign a 9.
Well, it's January. It's a bit hard, and we're trying.
Oh my God!
It's hard. It's hard. Listen, we put in the bid. Like you're acting like we're not. I get it. It's a bit late. It's a bit late. But if we literally were bidding for like Mbumu and these wingers, I would get it. But we're showing you. But that's what I'm saying. we're showing you that we're trying to get a 9, and you're still gunning us, saying, "Oh, show me,
Yeah,
bro." We just had a bid rejected.
The line.
We just had a bid rejected.
A big club gets it over the line, and this is my statement to you right now.
Remember, you said that. Remember, you said that a big club gets it over the line. Yes, we will. Yeah. We will be there.
I hear that. I hear that.
You do not get, and I'm not having Rashford as a 9.
No. Listen, if we get Rashford, that is not a 9. I want
Rashford 14.
So I'm gonna listen. I will put it out there with chest. Arsenal Football Club do not sign the number 9, and the narrative is, "Oh, but we put some bids in again." Which we put some bids. We approached some number 9s. We rang some number 9s. We sent cards to number 9s. We got a limo for a number 9. We sent Valentine's cards to number 9, but we didn't sign a number 9. That is going to be your status. Honestly, it's embarrassing.
We're forgetting that just before we got into this, I said that I feel like Arsenal were doing look, we went for a number. I said this. So how are you getting at me when I just said this?
Because my point was Arteta is allergic to number 9s. If you really want a number 9, you're gonna sign a number 9. There's 3 days left. Even if it's your 5th choice number 9, to prove to us that you want a number 9, you go and get one in this emergency period. And even if he's an absolute dosser and you do it for 6 months, at least you can go, "Hey, fan base, I've got us a 9 in." So my point is, Arteta's allergic to number 9. He's proven that window after window. If you want to debunk that myth,
and he spent half a season playing Havertz in the 10. He spent half a season playing a striker as a number 10, and you want to tell me that this guy doesn't? This guy loves playing striker.
Shout out Hooks doing the victim thing. Why does Arsenal need to prove anything to you, man?
Because you ain't won nothing. Can we go back? By the way, big up.
Big up.
Big up.
Bro, can we rewind? Did you call him Mbumu?
bro. I got Embramo. You see me with names? That's why I said Ethan. I keep it as Ethan because I don't say that in where, that stuff.
Say Brian, and innit? Brian, his first name Brian, innit?
Oh, Brian. Nah, I can't call a black man Brian. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's his name, though, bro. That's his name, innit?
That's crazy. No,
I hear it though. Listen, man. Arsenal fans, don't fret, man. It's not Arsenal. It's not. It's not. Moon's killing me though. It's. Let's just read these super chats, man. Pick up Nafisa. Needed a Sakura replacement, and we just spawned one. Shout out Nafisa again. She goes. Didn't even hear about Marmouche yesterday. Shout out Sullivan. Jay, you're contradicting yourself. You literally said you think this is a PR bid 20 minutes ago.
I just said that, my boy.
Whatever you said,
I love for the super chat.
Big up for this.
Shout out Nafisa again. Josh, you said he doesn't know how to coach one.
Oh, he did. Wait, who's that? Who's that? Put that back up there.
I think I said.
I thought he said he was allergic to one, so he
doesn't know how to use one.
He doesn't want to coach one.
He's trying to coach Kai Havertz into one. That's fine.
Listen, the customer is never wrong. We know this.
Yeah. Listen. We're not going to spend too long on Watkins, Arsenal, and the whole Arsenal Villa thing. Obviously, Mathys Tel is something that 3 clubs on this panel we're looking at. 4 clubs now that Cass has arrived. 4 clubs. Obviously, I've seen that his preferred destination is Manchester United, innit? That's his preferred destination, which is a bit.
Chat saying coach. That's all I'm saying. The chat saying coach.
Chat saying he said coach. Just
one, two. One's hooked.
Hey, big up chat.
One's hooked doing his best chess impression, and we got one more person.
but just to move on from it anyway, does anyone feel like the Tel situation is gonna if Tel
can we be honest? if he goes to Spurs, you're just wasting a loan, bro.
Why did he have to start with Spurs, bro? Why?
Like,
Look how many.
do you know what I mean?
Because you're the only one he can bully, blood. Spurs are the only team, Casca, you know.
Like Villa makes no sense at all. They play flipping Morgan Rogers and all that wide. So that old game time stuff, let's forget about it. Arsenal not in for him. They're too stupid.
For a loan, wait, for a loan, we're not. I reckon for a loan, that makes sense.
That's an Arsenal type of deal.
Yeah.
A little loan deal when they don't have to spend that.
Trust me, that suits us.
Bro, you know Arsenal like
but guess what? They're not even linked.
They are.
No, we are.
They are.
With who? It's Chelsea, Tottenham, Villa,
and
Man United. And Man United.
Arsenal are linked to United.
Anyways, there's no point going to Spurs because they ain't even got a clue who their coach is going to be in the next couple of weeks. So what's the point? You could be playing 3-5-2 with your next coach before you know 3-5, 3-4-3. I don't know what it is. Could play.
Where's he playing at United, Cass? Where's he playing at United?
He's going in that left 10, or if not, go up front.
Yeah, wingers and Man United just don't make sense no more, man. You lot being linked to a bit of wingers.
We don't need that. I just need that guy to just be better than Garnacho, which ain't that hard. So on that note,
and I think you lot are a bit harsh on Garnacho. That's all I'm gonna say.
Take him then.
No, I wouldn't want him.
You need the left wing. You need left wing. Why? He's not. No, he's not that bad. Go take him. This is a 70 million. Go get your 60 million bid in. You know, it's an Arsenal deal, right?
That's a bit. That's crazy. But
Garnacho 14. I see it.
Garnacho is the type of player that's Tottenham would sign. Brennan Johnson's and all that, Solanke's, like, do you get it? Like, Solanke's a bit.
It makes sense if he goes to Tottenham because he's a bit of an egotistical player. Like, he loves Ronaldo when he's Argentinian. He could go Tottenham and say, "I've won more than you lot have ever. I won a World Cup. You lot can't chat." So it makes sense if he went to. Didn't he go there?
He wasn't in the squad.
He wasn't in the squad.
Don't do that.
No, he wasn't in the squad.
The thing is,
my bad.
I don't actually think Bayern Munich want to actually sell him. That's
no, they don't want to sell him, but he said he wants to leave.
But if he's saying he wants United, and Player goes saying it or not, then we'll see. But even then,
clearly, Castle, he's going to have his head seen.
What?
Right.
He wants to go United.
Yeah, he's going to get game time, isn't he?
City, there was
Is that what you become, game time FC?
Well, I am.
He's going to get minutes.
You know the maddest part is we've had low knees in January for like the past 2-3 years. So, and I hear this probably from Martin every other month. Is this where the mighty man just to make himself feel better? The guy can't even comb his hair properly. You know what I mean? He's all smiling because your team actually just got about through, and now you got to play Real Madrid or Bayern Munich just to see.
You may get knocked out.
And then you're gonna go and do that little, gimmick. Oh, I've been here before. I don't care. I'm from the era of going to main road and I've been relegated and all that bullshit. I don't need to hear that.
I'm after because my board has one mistake and we rectify straight away. Unlike nearly most.
Wait. What mistake was that?
Because we didn't buy anyone in the summer. We didn't start a rebuild in the summer.
Yeah,
but you also didn't replace you also didn't replace Rodri and so that's your big mistake. I don't know.
Do you understand about how can you replace Rodri?
No, but you could also go like Douglas Luiz wants a loan. There's players there. So when you're saying my team's done it and replaced the big
for Manchester City,
but listen, it might not be good enough, but you need something there.
Because
is it better than nothing?
This is my point about learning from mistakes. The fan base have bitched and moaned about Calvin Phillips at 50 mil. They bitched and moaned at Nunes at 50 mil. They bitched and moaned about Kovacic. And then they want us to go and do the exact same thing again, just to put a sticky plaster over the top.
But it's a loan. It's a loan.
No, we want to loan. You Juventus will not loan.
Yeah.
They want an obligation to buy. We will not do it.
I hear you.
City are learning from them errors, their mistakes. We've learned and we're correcting it. And we're building for the future. Juma Bar, Echeverri. You've got Mamouche, you've got Ushanov, you've got Victor Hayes trying to get Cambiasso. They are learning.
Sustainable as well, a bit more sustainable if you bring in those younger players, younger generation.
Just signed Haaland down on a 10-year deal. Brand new CEO coming in. Extension on the ground.
There was a super chat there for you as well. It said, "Where was Mamouche yesterday?"
He wasn't. He
was
can't play.
Yeah, cup tied.
Cup
He
tied.
can only play
Okay.
from the playoffs.
Play
But speaking of the playoffs, obviously we're gonna move on. Before we do, make sure you guys smashing the like button. I'd like to think we're on at least 200 likes. I'm gonna double check now. But if we're not on 200 likes, then
We're not 150.
you might have to do the Lewis treatment. And I don't know if we do the Lewis treatment, but yeah, only on 151 likes, guys. Run that up, man. Thumbs up button. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we get to 250 likes. That is the total for today that we need to be getting to. So, you know what I'm saying? It ideally should even be 300. We're lowballing, isn't it? We're lowballing. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure on an Arsenal thing for 40 million and one, you get it. We're lowballing the thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're telling me. Yeah. So, listen, man, you lot smash the like button and subscribe to the man. Them. Speaking of Champions League, Man City, they got the job done. You know what I'm saying? Aston Villa, final 8. Arsenal, final 8. Liverpool, final 8.
You're gonna say top one.
You know, one of us isn't in the final 8. One of us isn't here at all. But that's fine. But I digress. City, you got the job done, man. You got the job done. Martin, did you think was there any doubt, especially when they went 1-0 up? Was there any doubt in the mind?
Yeah.
I went left, or
of course there was. It was same old problems in the first half. Had none of the new recruits, couldn't change anything. We had a bench full of kids. We had an old midfield of 130 years old. It was, honestly, Club Brugge played exactly as they thought they were. They weren't 19, 20 games unbeaten for no reason. You know, they were on an amazing run of form. City haven't been. But second half, when he made that change and he took Gundogan off, brought Sabinho on, added pace, a little bit more directness. Thought John Stones fabulous. By the way, KDB makes that pass, John Stones, so we're waxing lyrical about it for 4 days. That pass from John Stones was exquisite. It was absolutely pinpoint onto him. Josko Gabardio's getting better and better now from an attack. What you're seeing now from our fullbacks is why he wants Cambiasso. He wants Cambiasso to do on the right what Gabardio is doing on the left. And we just go with it. Pepe's trying to change it up. He's trying to change his whole style. But until we get the players we can't fully do it. And I'm sort of embracing this new change. It's a bit more quick and it's a bit more with a bit more intent. It's not 500 passes in the middle and then we move the ball. We're actually playing into Haaland's strengths. Haaland looks like Haaland from Dortmund right now. We can get this ball over the top and we're getting flicking balls on. And you look at Jada like that. Yeah, no. Listen, Haaland, striker. You know you're loving it.
Listen, what one game you're saying he looks like a playoff back at Dortmund is crazy. What off of the last Prem game as well?
I think the criticism of Haaland's way over the top.
Over the top.
Yeah. How many goals he got this season?
No, he definitely scores goals, but if he don't, that's not. Listen. We know he's that's 16, not the question. 17. That's not the argument. We know he scores goals, but it's when he ain't scoring goals. What does he do? What does he do? That's our point.
As an Arsenal fan, I'll explain to you. You Arsenal fan bitched and moaned at this on Harry Kane for 10 years. What do you ever do? No.
Harry Kane had way more to his game. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever compare Haaland to Kane. Kane has way more. No, because Kane has way more to his game than Haaland ever has.
I agree.
Are you right? So what do you mean? So what do you mean then?
Haaland was a better player than what Kane was at this age.
True.
Great. Thing is, what I know, but what Martin's trying to say is exactly right. Why you can judge City over a couple of games because they completely changed the way they played. He's basically going, as Martin said, more direct. It's something that we haven't seen with City doing for ages. So the fact you're saying, off one game, off 2 games, that's true. They've changed their approach in the last couple of weeks. So
not just change, but completely change.
It's a seismic change, which we're going to see with City a completely different way. And there's no harm in saying, off the last 2 games, you're seeing similarities of players do X, Y, and Z at their old clubs, or this is what they're now doing. This is how the new system's going to fit. You see the wide man at City. The amount of third man runs they're making, trying to stretch the defence. And I think this is what Daps was saying the other day, that honestly, what Marmoush was doing in terms of his movement and his intelligence to be constantly making those runs in behind, checking in, checking out, like that is something that you can see for a player like that. If that is how City are going to go forward for the rest of the season, is going to be electric. And I think I think it's a great sign of a manager. Again, like people want to talk about Pep Guardiola's greatness, and people go, "Oh, Pep's a checkbook manager, X, Y, and Z." Well, let's see what Pep does in the next 6 months of going, this is how I've played for a lot of my career, but wait, I'm going a new way. I'm going a new style. I'm going to use the tools that I've got at my disposal at this City team, and I'm going to go for it. Because I think when you look at Bernardo, when you go at Gundogan, those players have almost not. I'm not saying they've got their limit and their shelf life, but when you've got these new fresh legs, when you've got your Dokus, your Savinos, your Marmouches, you're going to use them way more than trying to get Gundogan and Bernardo in these pockets. So I am actually quite excited from a neutral perspective to see what would City and Pep's approach look like if they continue like this. How sustainable is it? And is it going to be something that would elevate them and Pep's game into another level? And I think that's credit to Pep, that he's willing to scrap everything he's ever done and pull off a new plan completely.
But you see the way Chelsea was so high. Do you think I don't think no one else is going to be that naive to play that high line with Haaland up top. Do you get what I'm saying? Chelsea played a high line so it could run. I don't think many teams are going to play like that against City.
But the thing is, Chelsea were naive and thought it worked. How many? Obviously, a lot of teams still in the Premier League will probably look at City and say the best way to beat them is playing in a low block, play in a mid block, sit back, put 6 men behind ball, whatever. And that's fair. That's still the respect that Man City have earned over the years. But some of these bigger teams, and recently because of City's form, have sort of had a bit of cojones. Said we're going to go a bit more toe-to-toe with City. We're going to press them. We're going to get a bit higher. And Pep's almost enjoyed that. And, I think that's why it'll be interesting to see what respect will teams still have when they play City. Will they have what Man United have completely lost, which is no fear factor? Going to Old Trafford, even when United had that bad transition phase, it was still Old Trafford. Don't know if we're going to get a result. No one fears going to Man United.
When they got Oscar Bob coming back as well, Oscar Bob, Marmouche, and Haaland.
Oscar Bob, I think he's going to be some player.
But that guy's wicked, mate.
What injury did he have, Bob?
Broken leg.
It's a broken leg.
Does he just a broken leg?
Yeah, is that it?
Come on, bro.
Does
it? So everyone. No. I'm listening.
Listen, you at weekend. Your ass.
Listen. No. All I'm saying is people are saying, "Oh, Saka might not come." Like,
but there's a difference within a muscle injury or just a clean bone snap.
Broken leg.
Yeah, there's a difference.
It was a clean snap. So
you can put that back.
What? And you don't think that
there's no guarantee that either of them will return the same.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying, but a clean snap on the leg. Yeah, but a clean snap on the leg is different from a muscular. A muscular injury is a lot different from a clean snap of a bone. I think most people would know this. No,
I've seen it though. Remember Eduardo for Arsenal?
That brother was out. Yeah, but that brother was out for time.
Because his leg went the other way. There's total different types of breaks here. You can't use Eduardo as an example to Oscar Bob.
All right, just know that Bob's coming back firing, as you said, right?
Yeah. I think so. Anyone's better than Bernardo Silva at this point. So
I'm telling you now, Jay, do not let my team finish above you. Do not let us
Hey, wait, big old City. Big City. Is this what City you're doing now? Big treble winners. Don't let me finish and get above little Arsenal.
Treble winners. Your team can't count to 3. Never mind.
I'm talking about you. Yeah. Is this what you have come to? The big treble winners are now getting gassed about. Don't let me finish above you.
Honest question. Was you one who went, it's a farmers league? It's non-competitive. I'm bored.
No, I promise you I didn't.
So you want us to win 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row?
No, but if a team's winning, they're winning, innit? I'm not going to then go,
We're allowed to rebuild. We're having a year off. Enjoy it. You won't get it again. You ain't getting this year again.
So you're back next year, yeah?
I've already said City will win the league next year.
Okay.
Liverpool. You're going to have that.
I think City will win the league next year.
We ain't retaining shit. I ain't
wait.
We ain't retaining shit. I'll be real. I need to know who's staying before I talk about retaining. How about this? We got to win. before I talk about retaining. You got to win. We're talking about retaining. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Liverpool aside, though, man. Hey, leave me out of this, man. This is a you man. this is like this is the you man thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, dare I say it? Bridesmaids.
He's
talking
to you as well.
Good to say that. This is how Martin been feeling like this for the last 5 years, man. You know, it was good to run the bridesmaids thing. Hold on.
You actually got to win it.
City Pool's back. Let's go. City Pool.
Listen, man. Listen, hey, I'm not involved.
Arsenal have not been involved for 3 years either.
Listen, man.
What a joker.
It is what it is, man. Listen, it is what it is, man. But generally, obviously, Martin, you will be facing Bayern Munich or Real Madrid in your playoff.
Yeah, I don't know which one I prefer. Because do I want to play Company? I don't want to play Real Madrid. I don't know which one I want. It's the lesser of two evils.
I mean, Oscar Bob versus whoever you are left back will be interesting. Vardy.
Saying that, though, there's a reason.
Oscar Bob, sorry,
there is a reason Bayern and Real Madrid are in the playoffs as well.
I call him Oscar Bob.
I think everyone's found this new league thing very
elite.
Hard to navigate and get through. Real Madrid and Bayern Munich.
Bayern are shit though, man. I'm not even
beating Bayern ain't for everyone in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean?
I was listening to some Bayern podcast, and I tell you what, their fans are getting very edgy with Company. That they're not far off from demanding him out the door. Some of them.
So I don't understand how it works.
Bottled it. They bottled it massively. They were like 12 points clear. Like Leverkusen only 6 points behind them now, and if Bayern bottle it again 2 seasons in a row.
A Harry Kane gene, isn't it? It's the Harry Kane gene.
They've already done it once.
Bayern Munich player highline.
I don't understand what is it? Why is it decided out of like Madrid and Bayern? How does it work?
Goes off finishing, your place in finishing, and
okay.
Celtic play whoever we don't get. Celtic play them.
We'll sort it out anyway.
Villa have got a really good side of that draw.
You know what, Villa? Got like
Dortmund or Atalanta.
You've got a bottle gene, you know. Your club has got a bottle gene.
When it matters, when it comes to the games that like either determine go get that top 4 places in like break in there or a European semi-final, you know, Olympiacos was just the one last year in the Conference League. Like, on paper, we should be cleaning up Olympiacos and we lost it. But I did say, again, before a ball was kicked this season, I said Villa would get quarterfinals of the Champions League. And people just were like, told me we'd be lucky if we get in that top 8. I called it before balls get. I said we will get quarterfinals. My other side of that though is I did say we'd get top 4 as well. I said Unai Emery is going to pull off another great season where we get top 4 and quarterfinals of Champions League. I think we're just going to have to go win the Champions League to make sure we get Champions League next season. Now that's going to have to be the plan.
You're not serious. You're not serious. You know what? You're going to have to win. We're gonna have to win the Champions League. You're more of a calm version of Wolfie, innit? You invite all these fans, all these, you know, not big clubs, and they just. Oh,
why can't we? Why can't we win the Champions League?
Because you just can't.
And then they come with this. You got to be in it to win it, and bro.
Hey, look, we beat Bayern. Hey, we broke Bayern's Champions. I know Bayern are crap, but we beat Bayern's unbelievable Champions League.
You just about beat them, by the way.
The man, we beat.
They should have smashed you. They should have smashed you.
But in all seriousness, if we do. Like, in a way, it sounds stupid, but we almost have to. If top 4 is sliding away from us, we may have to genuinely, honestly, have to go all guns blazing for this Champions League. Our owners are expecting us to get Champions League football next year. Like, it's genuine. Like,
I don't think it's top 4. I think
how can they expect you to get Champions League football if you just sold?
Thinking about sell one of your top.
Because of the money.
It's top 5. I think it's top 5.
You sold one of your top players with 3 days to go in the window.
Yeah, you got a chance. Top 5. It's not top 4.
Months. So you on about somebody sits on the bench all season?
Yeah. No, don't do that. No, don't do
Months. So we on about someone who? Are we on about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
70 million.
Are we on about Ole? Are we on about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Josh, it sounds like you're doing the she's butters anyway thing. You know when Trent's linked for moving mad heavy, bro. I know how you're feeling right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
At least you got bread out of it. My boy looks like he's going on a free, but it's doing the she's butters anyway thing. Like,
Villa are very clever. We've got rid of Philogene, Billie Jean, a bench warmer, Splinters. Here you go, Ipswich. Have some of that. Yeah.
Billie Jean.
Hey, JD and Coke, you know, sat on the bench. He's gone. That's another bench warmer. Emi Buendia. Oh, you want to go to Leverkusen? We'll get 20 million for you when you go. That's 3 bench warmers cleaned up. You
you screwed that McAtee deal up for that. Thanks. Our McAtee deal went on the burner.
Yeah. I know. But getting rid of our bench warmers, unbelievable strategy from Villa this January window. But yeah, no, there is no joke inside the
stretch. What happens then? Because remember when Ollie Watkins got a red? Was it a red card or did he get injured? Was it a red card?
Yeah. Last season?
No. Like when he, what happens? I can't remember what happens if Watkins isn't there. Is it Marlon up top?
Then is it
Marlon up top?
Probably.
Yeah, this is the thing about Marlon. This is just quickly. I know you mentioned him really early at start. I still don't know what to make of this signing because as soon as I hear a guy interview and say, "I'm happy to play anywhere along the front three," I went, "What? No, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear I'm cementing my place in X position." This guy is almost sounding like Mason Mount. Doesn't know what position he plays. Where are you? What do you want, Daniel? Like there. Like so, that's just one so that's what I've got to say. But I think that Villa bring in 2 attackers, one to play as a 10, and one as a 9. I think now mine. I genuinely think.
When he's in the house, I heard a snippet. Jack may be going back in the summer.
Who? Sorry,
Jack. Maybe going back in the summer.
So I think that's where we're gearing up to as well. And I'll take Grealish.
And he's on 300 bags a week before Jake falls out of his chair.
4-4-2. Emery formation. He suits it to a team, man.
I think Jack would play because obviously in possession. I think he comes in behind the striker. Sort of like the Rodgers role. Rodgers and Grealish would cook in there.
He deserves happiness.
Nah, man. You don't come back in and you don't take Rodgers and Ramsey out that team.
Ramsey takes Ramsey out that team. Ramsey will be lacing his boots.
Yeah, if he gets an injury, Jack Grealish will be playing in his proper position at Villa. He won't be banged out on the left wing and say, "Oh, stay there and pass."
Yeah, it'll be flourishing. Like people forget how.
Don't people rate Ramsey?
Good he was at Villa.
Don't we rate Ramsey?
How can you when the guy gets injuries every couple of weeks? And he's come back, and granted to him, he's had a good little patch. Thing is though, he's a bit of a stat pad as well because he goes and gets an assist and does nothing for the rest of the game, or he pops up a goal and does nothing for the rest of the game, and people then who don't watch Villa go, "Oh, Ramsey's a baller," and they look at these. But in all seriousness, you can't have a player at that age who gets injured every couple of months and then misses games. So, look, if Grealish came in the summer and we got a high-profile attacker, I think that's a great piece of business again from Villa moving forward. So, on the Duran money.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Listen, man, we'll see. Obviously, I believe the 4 teams. Josh, do you know the 4 teams that will possibly be facing for your playoffs? What were the 4 teams that you guys probably have?
It was Dortmund, Atalanta, which I've seen people in the chat say Atalanta will beat us. How many people are watching Atalanta? Bruges and Sporting as well. Yeah, that was it. I mean, Martin obviously said about Bruges being a good club, hard to beat, low block. We probably won't fancy that, but I'd fancy us again. With chest, I fancy us against Dortmund, and I fancy against Sporting and Atalanta and Bruges. So yeah, we're going for it.
Arsenal obviously have Feyenoord, Juventus, Milan, and PSV. So one of those 4. Liverpool have Monaco, PSG, Benfica, or Brest. Those are one of the 4 that. I don't mind playing Brest in it. Like I
want to play Brest, man.
I feel like it'd be a great. I feel like that would be a great matchup.
You're gonna play number 6. You're gonna go with a double pivot.
Yeah. We gonna go with a double pivot. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go with a double pivot. I think we're gonna go with the game. I'm trying to go with the Gangnam press. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to.
I'll tell you what.
Liverpool
will be playing a high line that game.
High line. You know what I'm saying? Just high line for life. You know what I'm saying?
High line for life.
That's how we are, mate.
I feel so sorry for their fans because their fans must be like, we've heard these jokes all the time. I'm bored of it now.
Hey, listen, you lot,
we're gonna
smash the likes, man. Get them
smash
up
the like,
before
man.
we go.
Smash the likes. You are gonna leave it there.
Oh, we're not talking about boobs. I'm trying to get Cassie's team involved.
Man,
he's not having it.
Hey, sorry, Martin, that is so childish, man. He said boobs. I ain't heard that word in years.
Hey, Jay, we won a game. We won a game last night. I get excited when we win a game. We're not used to it anymore.
You know, everyone's channel's there, so you know what I'm saying. Go subscribe. You know what I'm saying. Support the people. Them subscribe button's not hard. You know what I'm saying. Let's let everyone get to their respective subscriber goals, man. Listen, are we redirecting to anyone? Jay, who's on here? Spurs fan.
Come on, big up.
Shout out, Jay. We're gonna redirect to Jay. So stay here, smash the like button, and hashtag Spurs aren't getting told. Hashtag put the Okafor loan in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag put the Okafor in the bag and just keep it stepping, man. So you lot take care. We'll obviously see you in the next one, and bless up people. And
we're back at 5. We're back at 5 with a little bit of something.
Another 18 game stretch. So you know,
obviously
for you don't know that what Bet365, you don't know what Bet365 done yesterday, and it's nasty work in it. It's nasty work what Bet365 done yesterday. So you know,
anyway, I heard about that. Still, you all deserve it. You all deserve it for betting. You all deserve it for betting.
Hey, last thing as well. Big up to the guy that I saw outside of like on the roads, and he was like, "Oh, catch from Never a Foul." I thought it was a guy that's coming to do some dramas on, man. I was like, "Yo, where you know me from?" That's what I said. I'm like, "Where you know me from?" He's like, "Never a Foul." I'm like, "Oh my god." Yeah, just sit you up. You got your damn self.
He's there, got his hand in his pocket just in case. Like, I don't know where this is going.
Hey, big up.
Bro, Jordan Henderson about to go Monaco. Fat bomb.
Yeah, man. Must have a good agent because he's shit.
That guy's got more moves than Tetris. I don't know what he's doing.
Crazy. Listen, guys, see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.